Today we will talk about the Bell Witch haunting, one of the biggest and unsolved mysteries. This subject is one of the unsolved cases that has a lot of depth and interest. Maybe we will all be able to shed light on this mystery today. Don't forget to write your opinions in the comments. Let's get started. On Tuesday, December 19th, 1820, John Bell suddenly went into a coma. Tragically, he died the following day, surrounded by his loved ones. His death is thought to have been caused by a witch. For years to come, his family and the town would be plagued by the events leading up to and soon following his death, becoming national mythology. The Bell Witch is a legendary creature that has caused a stir in rural Robertson County, Tennessee, for ages. The ghost, who is still a part of American legend, is said to have haunted a farmer called John Bell and his family in the early 1800s. At first, the Bell Witch was a very harmless force that would tap on walls and remove blankets from beds, but she quickly turned vicious. According to legend, the ghost killed John after 3 years of ever more severe hauntings. Many theories have been put forth over time in an attempt to explain the Bell Witch hauntings. Some believe that the eerie phenomenon was somehow made up by a local school teacher who was in love with Betsy Bell in order to persuade her to abandon her engagement and marry him. According to modern scientists, John Bell may have been gradually poisoned with arsenic by one of his slaves. The Bell Witch legend endures as America's most famous ghost story, despite the fact that the actual nature of the inexplicable incidents that tormented the Bell family in the 1800s cannot be known. John Bell, a farmer from Red River, now Adams, Tennessee, first saw the legendary apparition in 1817 when he noticed a weird creature in his cornfield, according to the official Bell Witch website. He didn't give it much thought because, although it appeared to be a dog with a rabbit's head, it vanished when he shot at it. That evening, when John and his family were eating dinner, they heard a strange thumping sound outside. John's lads ran out the door and looked around, but they couldn't locate anything. Over the next 2 weeks, John, his wife Lucy, and their children continued to hear unusual noises and see apparitions. One of his boys observed an oddly sized bird, and his daughter Betsy saw a girl in a green dress swinging from the limb of an oak tree. On the plantation, one of the enslaved workers even claimed that a large black dog had been after him. The family soon heard choking and banging noises coming from all over the home, rats biting on the beds, invisible dogs fighting, and chains being hauled across the floorboards. The children's bedclothes were ripped off, and they experienced hair pulling and scratching. As if the spirit liked Betsy, she was pinched, squeezed, and smacked. The invisible assault left her with crimson handprints and large welts on occasion. The witch repeatedly threatened to leave the Bell family alone until Betsy broke off her affair with Joshua Gardner and John was dead. A family friend called James Johnston spent a few nights on the Bell farm after John told him about the events, and he confirmed that the family appeared to be being terrorized by a spirit of some kind. According to one version of the narrative, the Bell Witch was a ghost that was agitated when the family constructed their farm on a Native American graveyard. According to another, the ghost reportedly told the Bell family that she was the Witch of Kate Batts, a quirky neighbor who was prone to making up stories to get attention. People traveled from all over to witness the witch's tricks for themselves. It is also claimed that Andrew Jackson, the future president of the United States, paid a visit to the Bells. According to the well-known Bell Witch Cave, the ghost would have conversations about the past and future with the Bell family and visitors from all over the country. She was well knowledgeable about the Bible. She even described, word for word, 2 sermons that had been delivered simultaneously 13 miles apart at one point. After claiming to be Kate Batts' witch, the entity started going by Kate and was aggressive toward Betsy Bell and John, but it also appeared to favor Lucy, John's wife. John Bell started to have odd facial muscle spasms as the years went by and the hauntings persisted. These quickly developed into convulsions, exhaustion, tingling, and migraines. Then John unexpectedly fell into a coma in December 1820. In the kitchen cupboard, his family discovered an enigmatic vial filled with a dark liquid that had never been there before. According to reports, the instant John Bell Jr. put a drop on the cat's tongue, it fell over dead. The Bell Witch's voice then echoed through the house, saying, "I gave old Jack a big dose of that last night." which fixed him. When John Jr. placed the vial in the fire, it burst into a blue flame and shot up the chimney. The spirit could focus on Betsy now that John was dead. She began tugging her hair, mistreating her, and shouting threats and profanities at her and her fiancé Joshua wherever they went. Betsy had reached her breaking point by March 1821. When the Bell Witch canceled her engagement to Joshua, she suddenly disappeared. Lucy was apparently contacted by the creature, who informed her that she would return in 7 years. Indeed, the Bell Witch returned to John Bell Jr. in 1828 and spent 3 days there, discussing the past, present, and future with him. Even the Civil War, which was still more than 30 years away, was said to have been predicted by her. She allegedly promised to return in 107 years when she disappeared for the second time, but there are no records of her reappearing in 1935. Nonetheless, a few of John Bell's descendants assert that they have witnessed the enduring entity in action. Although newspaper articles from the 1850s mention the witch, the story is really a folktale that has been told for generations. Like any good paranormal story, there are several ways to explain the events surrounding the Bell Witch haunting. Richard Powell, Betsy Bell's teacher, is the subject of one of the most traditional ideas. Powell reportedly fell deeply in love with Betsy, despite being 11 years older than her. And he was obviously disappointed to learn that she was engaged to Joshua Gardner. There were also rumors that he was knowledgeable about the occult. To put it another way, he would be the one to pull off such a complex fake. Dr. Megan Mann, a chemistry professor, provides a more modern interpretation. She went on, "The son talked about all these strange medical symptoms he was having, and a lot of them sounded very neurological to me." Having studied biochemistry and toxicology, she continued, "If you look at the neurological symptoms, those are oftentimes caused by heavy metal poisoning." She noted that arsenic was a poison that was frequently used in the early 19th century, and that long-term exposure would have caused symptoms like twitching of the muscles and trouble swallowing, as John experienced. Perhaps the fact that arsenic burns blue explains the dramatic explosion that happened when John Jr. dropped the mysterious bottle onto the hearth. She thinks that John Bell was gradually poisoned over the period of 3 years by someone, possibly a church member, who didn't like the Bell family or one of the wealthy farmers' enslaved laborers, who completed the task in December 1820. The Bell Witch legend's complete truth will never be known, but the stories and ideas around the folklore make for excellent late-night campfire fare. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more interesting stories. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, continue uncovering the hidden secrets of stories with Whispers in the Dark.